Tes cek sound. Oke, udah masuk lah ya. Oke, selamat malam semuanya. Welcome bagi yang nonton live maupun replay. Kali ini aku nge-streaming GENSHIN Impact. Dan ya, langsung mulai aja lah ya. Bentar ya. Ini on dan libau. Oke, sip. Oke, langsung aja diawali dengan daily cuy. Kali-kali ya kan openingnya di pot gitu kan. Hari ini aku nggak tahu sih bakalnya explore atau quest, tapi aku mungkin quest aku bukan cuma doang, sama explore juga.
Add astro.
Berapa hari lagi tuh timing super set? Tiga 13 hari. Bisa lah.
Quake.
Nggak kenal lagi. Buset, tambah 3 gitu. Jauh juga. Oke, sip. Oh.
Upgrade ke premium dan dapatkan akses musik bebas iklan, termasuk playlist dan stasiun radio apapun yang kamu inginkan tanpa gangguan iklan. Dengan stasiun radio, ciptakan koleksi lagu sesuai selera musikmu, baik itu artis, album, lagu atau playlist. Cukup klik buka radio dan dengarkan musik serupa bebas iklan dengan premium. Ketuk banner untuk
Solidify.
And leap.
One with nature. Futile. Order guide you.
Oke, kelar.
Time to gather.
Break a leg. And leap.
Surrender. Through me, justice is served. Guilty. Now you're testing my patience. You stand condemned. Guilty.
Buset tuh. Gue sini lagi perasaan. Oke.
Futile.
Add astro. Thank you for
Tuh nih. I see. Oke.
I follow the wind.
Lah, tantangan gagal. Kok gagal?
Time to go.
Bentar deh, yang kelewat tadi. Tujuannya kemana sih? Lah, ada dua tujuan.
Useless.
Bentar. Nah, oke. Oh, dulu.
Stabilize.
Boring.
Oke. Ini kan udah. Oh, mungkin. Nah, iya. Lah. Nah. Tunggu bentar. Itu cuma sial doang. Oh iya, sial bisa. Ente dah. Udah buka tadi, oke.
Useless.
Loh. Keren sih. Bentar.
Useless.
Harus lurus banget.
Boring.
Wah. Wih. Wah. Nge-slide gitu sih. Nah udah. Tuh. Apaan lagi? langsung quest aja kali ya. Mungkin quest ini aja deh. Ntar cuy, mungkin aku ke ini dulu deh. Aku mau mainin akun teman dulu. Nah, event doang sih. Bentar ya. Dan ini yang kedua.
Enhanced cannon modules.
Barbados. Got this.
Let's play.
Useless.
Iya tahu. Oke, kelar.
Useless.
Oke, mana tujuan? Oke.
Animo test 6308. Stand clear. Animo. Here we go.
Mantap cuy. Yang ini belum.
Boring.
Kalau punya siapa mah nggak usah. Oh, oke. Lah, gagal. Oke, kelar. Ada lagi nih. Oke, lanjut. Oh, atau. Bukan. Tuh. Mantap sih. Wah, lebih cuy, 4 lebih. 7,9 mantap. Wah, 1 harus 2 alimentasi.
Useless.
Masih. Wah, 30 cuy. Lebih dari yang diminta.
Boring.
Medus kelar, ganti akun lagi. Ya lupa belum itu tadi. Untuk lain. Anda. Oh.
Brings a smile to my face.
Ya dong, akunnya yang terbalik. Aku kan yang astaga, typonya cowok. Mas nggak ada show ya. Ya nggak ada show. Maaf. Ke atas, tekan. Oke, kelar.
Body and mind. Huh? Rain cutter.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Oke. Lagi nyari momen ngumpulin artefak tapi nggak tahu buat siapa. Ini belum jadi mas, masih gladi 4 nih. Ini juga belum nih mas, masih ada nih yang belum. Gak jelas suara lo biar. Oh, gak jelas gimana tuh? Tes. Tes, tes, tes. Dengeran. Tes, tes. Mendem, sip. Oh, mendem. Ini belum dibuat nih mas. Terus belum. Diona masih pakai yang bintang 4. Terus Xiangling masih 2 set doang. Banyak ini artefak tuh yang belum. Bentar ya. Aduh. Sorry. Ya loncat. Oh iya, mendapatkan ke bawah. Oke. Sip.
I follow the wind.
Gak ada yang kelewat. Oke.
Time to go.
Ini harus ke atas. Nah, ke atas. Oke. Wah, 30 cuy. Oke, sip. Satu lagi. Kan ke atas, sini turun ke bawah, lari, lawan musuh.
Stabilize.
No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse. Huh?
Sip, berapa? Ini ubah dulu. Kanan. Sip. Habis itu sini. Ini ubah ke atas. Ini terkanan. Ubah ke atas,
Time to go.
Gila. kali jalan cuy. Oke, ini aktifin dulu, ubah ke atas. Oke. Wah, mantap coy. Oke. Ini nggak terlalu susah sih. Ambil. Udah. Penontonnya 8.000. Oke, sip. Balik ke akun pertama. Nah, biasanya kalau lupa gantiin musik. Oke, bentar deh. Aku ngambil makan dulu cuy. Berabe. Pakai mode foto deh. Terus, oke, kembali. Bau. On. Lanjut. Bangunkan gua. Mungkin untuk musiknya aku kecilin dulu deh. Oke.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. So, what's item 1 on today's schedule? I imagine this must have taken Baisher completely by surprise. Sure, there's no harm in changing my schedule around once in a while. My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel quite invigorated. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical fatigue. So then, the days ahead of us. Any ideas on how to spend it? Something I never have the opportunity to do. Interesting. Before I decide, I'd like to know, what gave you this idea? Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities. Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I appreciate about you. You see things the way they are, rather than how they appear. I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Is that okay by you?
Mana human nih? Nggak tahu. Nggak tahu sih, Mas.
Thank you. All right, here it is. I've always thought it would be fun to recapture what life was like before I joined the Liu Sing. I was born into a humble family, and all the wealth you see now began with a single haul of fish. I had to. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Fishing isn't the half of it. You'd be amazed at some of the odd jobs I've worked in my time. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner back in the day. They were tough times, but I had a clear goal and plenty of motivation. If I didn't make any money in the morning, I'd have no food for lunch. I guess that's why I came to be so obsessed with Mora. I want to relive that time for my life, feel some of that drive again, take a trip down memory lane. So how about it? Will you join me? Great. Then let me lay down the ground rules. We're not to use our status or reputation in Liyue Harbor to our advantage, and we have no starting capital. The goal is to see how much more we can make under these conditions. Okay, but working as a day laborer could be quite dull. Why don't we go down to the docks? They periodically throw out a lot of unclaimed or abandoned goods. We might find something that we can exchange for Mora. What does it matter? Don't worry about it. It's all part of the fun. Come on, let's go down to the docks.
Time to go. Yeah.
Lady Ningguang, to what do I owe the honor? Are you here to inspect the goods in the warehouse? You may have to wait a moment. I must have not gotten the message. Sorry, I won't be long. I'll grab all the paperwork right away.
Calm down. No need to panic. That's not why we're here.
Oh, you're just looking for me? I haven't done anything. Have I? I mean, I don't think so. All right, the periodic clearances. Yeah, I've been handling those, strictly per the protocol. I make sure I post all the necessary notices and notify every individual that I'm required to. It used to be a huge problem, but with a bit of hard work, I've managed to reduce the amount of goods we need to clear out by at least half. It's hard to say. It really depends. Everyone has their own reasons. But as far as the warehouse is concerned, they all fall into these categories: unclaimed goods, damaged goods, or unpaid storage fees. As for the damaged ones, I guarantee you it's nothing to do with how they're stored. It's because some things go bad more easily than others. If it sits there in the warehouse for too long, it goes without saying that it could start to affect the other goods. But that aside, even the smell is just unbearable.
So, have you cleared out any of these goods recently?
I'm afraid we just finished clearing out all the big ones. But don't worry, Lady Ningguang. If you're here for an inspection, then I'm here to make it happen. Hang tight. I'll grab some of the smaller items for you right away.
Hold on. Oh. I don't think he has quite grasped the nature of this situation.
Lady Ningguang, I had a quick run through the list and cleared out some more items. Please, inspect them at your leisure.
Let me see here. Soggy food, an odd shoe, a broken mirror, a small wooden toy. It's a shame we missed the last clearance. We're down to the slim pickings now. Some of these are true junk, but there are a few items of value here. Take this wooden toy, for example. The wood is good quality. If you took it apart, there's quite a number of useful everyday objects that you could turn it into, with a little work.
Huh? You want it? Well, sure. Take whatever you want. It's all getting thrown away anyway.
Great. This is going well. Yes. And once we're done, we will find a merchant to give us an appraisal of their value.
I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm not about to ask either.
Lady Ningguang. Welcome to my humble store. What can I get for you?
Actually, today's a little different. I'm not here to buy anything. I wanted to ask if you could take a look at some goods for me.
Just take a look? What for? Oh, I see. Let me take a look then. I mean, I can take them. I have a few regular customers I can talk to. They should be able to salvage the raw materials. Shouldn't take long at all. But,
What's wrong? If it's too much trouble, please, there's no need to force it.
No, it's nothing like that. Well, anyway, let's talk prices. So all of these together, I'll give you 150,000 mora. How does that sound?
Oh, well...
No worries. The price is negotiable, of course, so we can discuss it further. If that figure's not what you had in mind, I can, bump it up a little. It'll be fine. I'm sure we can reach an agreement here.
What are your thoughts? Yes. At most, these items are only worth a couple of thousand mora.
Huh? Wait a minute. So you're really here just to sell a few things? And specifically, these things? I thought that was all code for some kind of inspection or something.
It appears so. We can't go on like this. Let's try something else. As long as we're in Liyue Harbor, this kind of misunderstanding is inevitable. If I wasn't Ningguang, Go Sonar probably wouldn't have handed all of these over to us. And you likely wouldn't be willing to buy them either.
To be completely honest, you're not wrong.
This goes against the rules we set for ourselves at the start. Are there any other ways for adventurers to make mora besides their remuneration from the guild? Great. I don't mind. Let's give it a try. Lead the way.
You two have a good one.
This must be the place. Let's do this.
Don't waste my time. Yahoo!
Gather! Wind Strider!
It feels like it's been a long time since I've gotten so physical. The feeling of creating your wealth with your own two hands is just as exhilarating as ever. Yes, I'd say so. Everything starts out small. You focus on quantity at the outset, and gradually shift to focusing on quality as your wealth builds. And let's not forget, we started with no initial capital. It's reasonable to expect building something from nothing to be highly demanding. In any case, the sight of mora has always had a way of improving my mood, no matter what the sum is. I intend to. I'm not ready to stop yet. This time, let's try something a little more challenging.
will have order.
It's nothing. But... Yeah. Don't waste my time.
Stabilize.
Another satisfying haul. Ah, what a feeling. That's very kind of you. But I know I'm no match for a professional adventurer like yourself. For me, a battle is just a form of exercise, a way to keep fit and use up any surplus energy. Oh no, not yet. There's more Mora to be made. Hey, look! What's that hole in the ground? Oh, I see. So if we catch it, there's Mora for the taking? Oh, how quaint. That was your Beto impression, was it? Well, I'm afraid I'm having far too much fun to stop what I'm doing and start bickering with you, Captain. Come on, let's go get this weasel thief. There it is! After it! Goodness, this reminds me of fishing. Not an easy catch. But we didn't let it slip away, and the haul is now ours. That's what counts. Let's see. A little over 1,000 Mora. We can't do any serious business with this amount of starting capital. We need to keep working hard. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm suddenly a little hungry. Huh. Amidst the thrill of the chase, I didn't even notice. Wangshu Inn is right there, but... Same thoughts here. After how hard we worked to get our hands on this Mora, it would be a shame to eat it all in a single sitting. In which case, I think I'll take this opportunity to show you a skill that I used to be rather proud of. Yes, but the rule of the game is no fishing rods allowed. We're going fishing by hand. Come on, let's go down to the river.
This is destiny.
This should be enough. Let's head back to land and grill them. Here, have a taste of my cooking. A fresh catch can go straight on the grill with minimal preparation and it tastes delicious, even with no seasoning. It's a little charred, that's on purpose. I just like how it tastes. Normally, I have to make a special request to the chef if I want it to taste like this. I'm okay. It was nothing. Back in the day, I had to hurry home after work to do my household chores. Then in the evening, it was out to the night market with the family to support our stall. I was always meticulous with the most menial of tasks. My mother always loved that about me. But by the same token, she didn't love the idea of me leaving home and starting my own business. She thought it was just an unnecessary risk when I could just carry on helping out at home instead. You'd be more likely to see me pulling up outside Wanmin restaurant and selling grilled tiger fish from a food cart. My childhood memories run deep. I'll always have a special affection for fish. They are confined to the water, and yet they live free, swimming around wherever the mood takes them. It is. I have greatly enjoyed experiencing the adventurer lifestyle with you. When I think back on all my hard work in the past, it motivates me to face the challenges that lie ahead in the future. That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. But, a word of warning, I am very picky about my grilled fish. I can be a tough lady to impress.
Punya rezeki harus berbagi setajam. Oke. Baru dapat satu ending. Oke, dari sini bisa dapat ending lain. Sampai jam 7. Kan banyak bagus.
One need not scry to know today's weather will be good.
Bentar deh. Penting.
Ready for a rehearsal? Useless.
Lah. Besok pagi. Halo Elvan Marunduri, selamat malam, welcome cuy. Enjoy the stream.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Oh, how strange. Me too. I'm joking, of course. I slept like a baby. Sorry to disappoint you. So, what's item 1 on today's schedule? I imagine this must have taken Baisher completely by surprise.
berapa bang?
Sure. There's no
59
harm in changing my
OTW
schedule around once in a while.
60.
My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel quite invigorated. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical fatigue. So then, the days ahead of us. Any ideas on how to spend it? Something I never have time for. Ah, have you played the chess game I made? Or heard of it, perhaps? Yes. It's based on classic chess, but with different rules. When I was designing it, I wanted it
Baru
not
main
only to be a
soalnya
fun game,
minggu
but also to
ini
capture
masih
Leo's
bingung
culture in
sama
a
gameplay
unique
Genshin.
way. So I introduced a lot of concepts that aren't
Sebenarnya
part of traditional
Genshinku
chess,
karena
as well as
gamenya
different
RPG
chess
ya,
pieces and
RPG
even
adventure
boards.
ya,
I'm constantly revising
ke
and
story-nya aja
expanding it.
dulu, ikutin
So
quest-questnya
far,
aja
there are
dulu
over
itu.
30 editions.
Kalau untuk masalah build karakternya tuh apa ya, mungkin kalau udah air tinggi aja sih, iya. Ntar deh, aku ngambil makan. Berabe. kembali. Neon Libau. Sip.
True. That's one reason why it's been difficult to catch on. But I don't feel that making it easier to learn is necessarily a good thing. Isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn and progress through a complex set of rules? I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the attention of people who haven't played much chess before. I'm planning to make a new set with the board and pieces based on the battle for Liyue. One side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. The other side will play the Fatui and Osile. No problem. I will let you try it out as soon as I finish the prototype. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Liyue Millennial as true to life as possible. And no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be complete without you, would it? I am indeed. Many of them, in fact. My thinking was that only people who pre-order the chess set at full price will be eligible to receive the limited edition Traveler chess piece. It seems only fitting for someone of your status. Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. I intend to make chess pieces for everyone who was involved that day, including myself. Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve this moment in history in a vivid and compelling form. Then it's decided. Come with me. To make this chess piece, I need to take some measurements.
Oh, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler.
You already know each other?
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I don't teach my hard-earned skills to just anyone, you know. There's a word for people like you, who are warm one minute and cold the next. Fickle.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
As ever, there's nothing special about today, but seeing you two has definitely perked me up. All jokes aside, how can I be of service today?
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to take his measurements today.
Whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents. Don't you remember when I taught you how to make perfume? There was no porcelain involved in that. As it happens, I am a skilled tailor as well. What can I say? I'm in the prime of my youth and I love all beautiful things. Is that so strange?
Yingar is every bit as proficient as any of the top tailors in the land. I've availed myself of her services many times before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that the Traveler only thinks I'm good at one thing. I see how it is. In which case, you'll find all the tools you could need in the room. Please, help yourselves. I'll stay outside and mind my own porcelain business, as you quite rightly suggested.
Huh? What are you expecting me to do here?
Oh, I think the Traveler is the one you should be asking about that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's hard not to tease when you're both so well matched. Come on then. Step inside and I'll examine your body from tip to toe.
If I hear any strange new rumors after this, you will be my #1 suspect.
Rumors about the traveler or the chess piece?
Either. Both are confidential.
Don't worry, I know where the line is. I'd never take a joke too far. Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
Just enough with the ambiguous phrasing, okay? You'll give people the wrong idea. Forget it. Let's just go.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring. Come again, anytime.
I slightly regret bringing you here. It doesn't bother me. I just hope she didn't make you feel too awkward. Now that your measurements are taken, let's go to Mingxing Jewelry and put an order in.
Hello, Lady Ningguang. What can I do for you today?
That chess piece I told you about? We can start work now. I have the traveler's measurements here.
Okay, let me just double check. Looks good. This has all the measurements we need. I'll pass them on to the craftsman shortly.
Good. And as agreed, please use top-grade materials only.
Of course, we are professionals, and we will do everything we can to deliver the high standard you expect. Although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicated won't even cover the cost of production. I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for top quality materials drags out the production time and also reduces the total quantity we can produce.
That's okay. This one
Akun
is not for
siapa?
profit.
Akun aku lah.
With every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations to bear in mind. But this one serves more of a commemorative purpose. To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been
Halo
in the
bang,
works
aku
for a
pemain
long
baru
time,
Genshin.
but I haven't once
Bang.
followed up on the progress.
Bang Bayu, jangan bohong. Anda sendiri pernah ngajak saya ke pot Anda itu kan. Terus minta di-review akunnya. Gak usah bohong deh. Gak usah bohong. Bukan player baru Anda ini. Udah unfriend malah. Oke, gear bisa nabrak. Oke. Santuy. Kan? Gak usah bohong. Udah unfriend. Gak usah bohong.
Yes. And just like your
Saya juga
piece,
baru
the
air
Jade
58
Chamber piece
doang
was
sih.
scaled for the game.
Doang ya, doang. Dan baru gitu. Gak paham lah.
Yes, it's a challenging project, but also, not for profit is really not something I ever expected from Lady Ningguang. How do I put it? It just seems out of character.
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to keep a cool head and make rational judgments. In other words, you must be shrewd.
Dari tapak saya panik kan.
But shrewdness is easily perceived
Kalau
as
kataku
cynicism
siangling
in
sih,
the eyes
Mas.
of others. People
Dan
come to
apa
think of you
artefaknya
as
emblem.
someone who cares only about money and not people. Hardly the
Buat
worst thing in
siangling
the
tuh.
world, of course. But it has caused obstacles for me in the past.
Biar ultinya sakit itu buat party Baal.
Well, for example,
Sebenarnya emang udah
I
sakit,
once had
cuman
a case
ada
where someone
rada
backed out a
kurang aja
deal
gitu.
with me to sell to someone else. We were both offering the exact same terms.
Aku
It was
cari
simply because they didn't like
artnya
me
sama
very
kamu
much.
aja. Yowes.
Another case is where I offered distinctly more competitive terms in an investment, and this ended up arousing their suspicion.
Tapi nggak tahu sih, aku
That Ningguang, they thought. She
wangi
must
apa
be
enggak
up
nggak
to
tahu dah.
something. We can't let her get away with it.
I see.
Dadah,
These
yuk.
problems
Ya udah mampir
disappeared all but
Mas Yahya.
completely after the battle against Ersail. Why? Because the whole of Leo witnessed me destroying my jade chamber. At least, that's the most reasonable explanation I could think of.
Oh, I get it. You're saying that back when you sacrificed the Jade Chamber, you gained everyone's respect in return. You're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating is your personal contribution to Liyue Harbor. It was the deal of the century, and as long as you keep capitalizing on it, business will be plain sailing for you in the future.
Yes, exactly. Very to the point.
Truly a brilliant strategy, Lady Ningguang. You really are a business mastermind. Now I understand why this set needs to be so perfect and why it's okay that it doesn't turn a profit.
It will be a lot of work, and I'm most grateful to you. Make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how he wants it. We can't go letting him down.
Don't you worry. We'll put our all into it.
Well, that's that then. Let's head back to the Jade Chamber. There's something I want to discuss with you. I have a question for you, and I'd like to hear your honest opinion. And I, in turn, will tell you how I really think. When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a calculated one. I had already considered what I stood to lose and to gain. When you heard that, did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all? Thank you. Yes, you see things the way they are, however they may appear on the surface. I was lying to Xingxi. My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. I just thought we should do what needed to be done, and this was a decision that only I could make. Afterwards, I consoled myself by reasoning that all my wealth comes from Liyue Harbor. So, to lose Liyue Harbor is to lose everything. In that sense, giving up the Jade Chamber would be a profitable investment in the long term. But it just didn't work. I was grief-stricken. Like a huge part of my heart was suddenly missing. Because I had just severed ties with a lifelong companion. I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. I just couldn't let it go. I just couldn't. There was no way I could console myself. So why bother trying? But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people. Everyone was describing how they now saw me in a new light, how I'd become an inspiration to them. I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation, and I did it for the sake of Liyue Harbor. And now, people are inspired to follow my example, to tackle their life challenges with the same unswerving determination. All of this was so encouraging to hear. It made me feel that my dear old companion's sacrifice was not in vain. Because to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to let go of the past is probably the furthest thing from the truth that they could imagine. This is one aspect of the truth that I can share only with you. The fact that I can't always be as strong as everyone thinks I am. Thank you for your comforting words. It feels good even just to be able to talk about it. I'm sorry that you have to see me in this state. But look where I am now, standing on the deck of the Jade Chamber once more, taking in the view. It must be fate's reward to me. And if I end up having to do it all over again in the future, I will not hesitate to make the same decision again.
Kemauan yang tidak berubah. Oke. Ada bohong ada. Pasti nggak ada. Tidur.
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
Tarik cipiring. Ada Ada nggak bong? Oke, I'm back. Ini on sleep. Salah, sleep bau. Salah pencet cuy. Ini jam berapa? Oke, sempat. Oh, lah. Itu bukan besok. Kira. Ada kebong. Apa tuh?
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? There's nothing to worry about. We just need to go through the schedule you made and tick the items off one by one. So, what's item 1 on today's schedule? I imagine this must have taken Baisher completely by surprise. Sure, there's no harm in changing my schedule around once in a while. My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel quite invigorated. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical fatigue. So then, the days ahead of us. Any ideas on how to spend it?
Maaf.
Something I never have the opportunity to do. Interesting. Before I decide, I'd like to know, what gave you this idea? Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities. Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I appreciate about you. You see things the way they are rather than how they appear. I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Is that okay by you? Thank you. All right, here it is. I've always thought it would be fun to recapture what life was like before I joined the Liuichi Sing. I was born into a humble family, and all the wealth you see... Fishing isn't that. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how they were tough times. But I had a clear goal and plenty of motivation. If I didn't make any money in the morning, I'd have no food for lunch. I guess that's why I came to be so obsessed with Mora. I want to relive that time for my life, feel some of that drive again, take a trip down memory lane. So how about it? Will you join me? Great. Then let me lay down the ground rules. We're not to use our status or reputation in Liyue Harbor to our advantage. The goal is to see how
Udah tadi.
I can see why you'd suggest that. You're thinking I could use my knowledge of how Mora works to my advantage and make a lot of money there. But Northland Bank is a special case. I rather suspect I would not be welcome there. Yes, and also... Never mind. I'll just show you. It won't eat up too much time. I expect they still hold a grudge against me to this day.
Oke, harus ini udah beda ending kan. Bang, apa cuy? Next gacha. Betul, welcome cuy, selamat malam. Beliin gua H2. H2 apaan? H2 apaan? Gabut gua. Lah. H2 apaan, Bang? Oh iya, ini beda ending. Oke. Pertanyaan adalah H2 itu apaan? Motor yang H2. Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah. Cok mahal, cok. Ngotak lah dikit. Astaga. Ini aja uang buat PKL, cok, buat persiapan PKL, langsung connect. Wah, ada uang cuman buat PKL, cok, bukan buat yang lain-lain lagi. Awalnya pengen upgrade PC, cuman tahu ada kabar PKL nggak jadi.
Time to go.
Tapi untuk giveaway mungkin pengecualian kali ya. Ya.
Time to go.
PKL, iya PKL. Praktik kerja lapangan. Kalau SMK kelas 12-nya tuh pasti itu PKL. Praktik kerja lapangan. Ya bisa disebut magang lah ya.
Lady Ningguang, I would hope that you're not here to create further trouble for the Fatui. With all due respect, too much official pressure will risk driving our bank out of business.
There's no need to be so hostile. I'm just here to talk business. So, are you in business or not?
That depends on the proposal.
Walah magang,
It's not
paham,
my
bentar
decision
bang.
alone.
Oke, santuy.
First, tell me, why should we
Tapi
believe
nggak tahu
that
sih
you really
apa
are
ya.
here for business?
Nggak tahu bisa di. Kayaknya nggak lebih ke magang sih. Entahlah. Aku nggak tahu sih bedanya magang sama PKL. Tapi harusnya ada bedanya sih.
Works for me. Traveler, we're leaving.
Aku keluar bentar, ada sesuatu soalnya. Oke. Santuy. Ya ampun. Disuruh keluar lagi dong. Aduh.
Do you see what I mean now? Their attitude was just as I expected. That's for sure. Although our diplomatic relations with Snezhnaya haven't broken down completely.
Oh.
I dealt them a rather
Kira
ruthless blow
penting.
with the size of the reparations payment.
Tapi kalau tugas jangan ditunda-tunda bang.
Was paid by Northland Bank, so
Ntar
they're
ditagih
still
PR
wary
loh.
of me to this day. Yes, with some exceptions, but that is more or less correct. If you encounter them in any other nations during your travels, be on your guard. They are more than just a commercial organization. That's okay. My intention here was to show you some of the repercussions of that great battle. But that's quite enough
Besok
politics for today.
dikumpul pelajaran
Let's get back
terakhir
to our fun
juga.
little survival
Bisa lah.
game.
Ted punya temen. Astaga.
Now that you mention it, yes. We're being watched. What are they plotting this time? My thoughts exactly. But we need to be discreet. If they realize we're onto them, then we'll lose the element of surprise. Let's act natural, determine who our tail is, then lure them somewhere more deserted so we can catch them. Keep moving, just walk forward at a normal pace and don't do anything to give away that we suspect anything.
Ya ngelag coy. Kadang ngelag nih GENSHIN. Buat tuh quest charning. Iya. Ini quest charning gua. Tapi kenapa bilangnya gua? Bah, panik bang, musbat.
I think we have a few potential suspects. There's a lot of foot traffic here, but if you look closely,
Fetisnya paha
see
dong.
only a handful of people have been
Mas.
watching us constantly. But I'm still not sure which of them is our tail. Agreed. Whoever it is will continue to follow us.
Yoi, kalau ada yang triplexnya salahnya. Iya sih.
What's the big idea? I'm enjoying the view here. Quit bothering me.
Lah, Kurang dong. Gitunya.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Ini nih yang paling bikin masuk.
I think we've narrowed it down
ya,
a little
kurang.
further. But let's stay calm until we're 100% sure. It shouldn't take much longer.
The key here is consumers.
Ngapain sih bang? Tuh orang di belakang ngapain? Coba ngikutin. Orang mencurigakan juga nih.
I think I have the answer. Let's get out of his line of sight and sneak up on him. Don't get the wrong person, though, or all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Ya kalau yang ngikutin yang itu.
What are you doing?
Come now. Did you really think we wouldn't notice you sneaking around?
What? I'm not doing anything.
I don't know what scheme Northland Bank has in the works, and I don't know what they're paying you. But let's make a deal. How cooperative you are now decides how much immunity I give you when this gets investigated. Or do you seriously think Northland Bank won't throw you to the wolves when push comes to shove? Why don't you weigh the pros and cons and give me a clear answer before I retract my offer?
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. My assignment was just to follow you, I promise, that's it. When you showed up unannounced at Northland Bank, everyone was instantly on high alert. We figured you must be up to something, but your brief conversation left us none the wiser as to your intentions. We couldn't just overlook it. We had to get to the bottom of it before we could put our minds at rest.
I know they're wary of me, but this is still an overreaction, surely. This all feels very suspicious. There must be more to this than he is letting on. I only took you there to demonstrate how tense things are. Somehow we only tested the waters, but ended up with the catch of the day. Is there anyone else following us besides you?
Yes. They would have seen this and reported back.
Then we need to get moving.
Emang deadline-nya kapan bang? Kalau misalnya lama ya cicil-cicil aja.
No time. I'll just have to improvise. Keep him with you. Do not let him slip away.
Gitu ya bang, kamu ngerokok kah atau nge-vape besok? Oh, deadline-nya besok. Deadline-nya sebenarnya enggak dan iya sih. Nyebatnya enggak, tapi ngirupnya iya itu. Ngerti kan maksudnya?
New stock at Sigo Antiques? Bad news for my purse.
Oke, berarti udah ngerti ya.
Are you saying that Ningguang hasn't done anything?
Oke sih.
Impossible. She wouldn't have shown up here out of the blue without good reason. Keep investigating. We must ascertain her intentions.
Sempat loading tadi. Oh.
So much commotion. This must be an important meeting.
Oh, great.
It looks like I wasn't supposed to be privy to the contents of this particular meeting.
Bentar, aku keluar lagi. Oke. Santuy.
So, you are here to investigate us after all. Where did you get wind of this?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I made a brief and inconsequential visit, and your first reaction was to immediately arrange a sizable surveillance operation with myself as the target. You couldn't have advertised your guilty conscience more clearly if you'd tried. You may as well come clean. You know I will not turn a blind eye to any violation of the rules in Liyue Harbor.
Even if we cooperate with her investigation, she's bound to find problems even where there are none. Well, if you're such a stickler for the rules, you can carry out your investigation by the book. The Northland Bank has no obligation to cooperate, even with a member of the Liyue Chising.
Fine by me. Then I'll take my time. But you'll be begging to tell me everything by the time I'm through.
Overprotektif, serangan mendadak siapapun yang semangat. Politiknya tinggi, cok. Hukum. Overprotektif, sebuah batu yang bisa menciptakan ribuan dia ke air, mengubah metode dan menikmati hal itu. Padahal libur sih. Politik tetap jalan tuh. Apanya indah tapi sayang, momi. Tapi nggak apa-apa juga, soalnya gede. Astagfirullah. Ereksi dong. Oke, dua lagi. Rambutnya maksudnya. Apaan, cok? Rambutnya gede, aneh banget. Aneh, bang. Rambut kok gede? Di luar nalar, cok. Ayo ke chamber lagi. Ya gede atau panjang lah. Astaga. Tobat bang, tobat. Genshin tuh bagus di story-nya, bukan di karakternya doang. Dipikir-pikir nggak kepikiran. Astagfirullah. Absen telat sejam habis pulang pegel. Santai aja coy, santai. Gak telat kok, gak telat. Kalau aku udah stream berarti telat.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liyue Chising, Lady Ningguang's
Betul, welcome cuy, Bang Mido Senpai.
perfect image at all times is absolutely
Senpai lebih
essential.
brutal. Iya sih.
My usual job is to be her right hand, to maintain her image and take care of all her worries. For example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her, dressing her, applying her
Buffnya
perfume.
maksudnya Bang gigi parah, apalagi sama ayah kak. Ya memang. OP dia kok, soalnya cryo
You
buffer dia.
misunderstand me. I am simply trying to impress upon you the sheer importance of the work you will be
Apalagi C2-nya ya, iya C2-nya.
Baisha has always
Tambahin
been
crit
very
damage
passionate
gitu kalau
about
nggak salah.
her work. I can
Dari
leave any
cryo
task in
damage
her
gitu.
capable hands and rest assured that her performance
Awalnya
will
aku
be
pengen
nothing
tuh
short
Sene,
of
cuman
exemplary.
karena aku
I'm
belum ada
sure she will
DPS
simply
cryo,
try to
jadi
share
aku
some of her
nggak jadi full
enthusiasm
gitu.
in the hopes that you may find it infectious.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Back to the topic at hand. Let's get into the details. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that require
Makin gede
enormous
deh.
experience,
Kalau C2
while
iya.
I'm mainly responsible for
Damage-nya makin
organizing
sakit
her daily
lagi.
schedule and making sure she is well fed, dressed for any occasion, and that all her needs are met. I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers based on my experience to ensure that you are fully equipped to perform your duties. All in a day's work for the traveler, Great, then I'll skip that and just get to the handover of duties. Currently, there are 133 items that have yet to be scheduled, 17 of which are high importance and...
Gila.
Yes, I did try to make a start in advance, but only got as far as roughly prioritizing the tasks before I ran out of time. I'll go through the most important items with you in more detail. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to stop me with questions at any point. First is the periodic meeting with the representatives of the 8 trades. After that, fielding opinions on revisions to the current tax legislation. Then, a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues relating to time restrictions on land conveyance deals. Following that, there's a Q&A session with all the major commerce guilds. Right after that, there's...
Gila cowok, sekretarisnya cowok. Ger, cariin kupu-kupu, Ger. Kupu-kupu apa?
Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling
BTW bang,
sounds like a
gedean
simple
Raiden
process of
apa
matching
Senhe?
tasks to time slots.
Dari segi mana dulu nih? Hei, ini dari segi mana dulu gedenya?
Travel time into account, along with a whole spectrum of potential issues that can arise. Ample knowledge of all outside factors that may weigh upon your plan A is essential to devise a
Bajunya.
workable contingency
Kalau
plan.
bajunya nggak tahu
I
sih.
assume this is all making sense.
Yang kali 2.
Unless you
Kali
have
2
any
apaan,
other
Mas?
questions at this point? Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave enough time for you to prepare Lady Ningguang's schedule. Already? Wow. You're a fast learner. Very good. This will be much more efficient.
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to provide my
Itu
schedule
loh
for
yang di
tomorrow.
craft. Oh, konden. Oh, berarti crystal file. Ya bisa-bisa aja aku cariin.
I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace to proceed with your work. I still have a few items from today's schedules that need addressing. If anything else is unclear, you can ask Bai Shi.
Take care, Lady Ningguang.
Makan, mandi, gosok gigi, ganti baju, siap-siap keluar. Dengan penguasaan Lu Kyo di Liu Pavilion, makan siang, bertemu dengan 3 informan dan buat informasi. Di Pavilion dan hadiri konferensi, memakan makanan ringan, negosiasi yang belum diputuskan, kembali ke Desember. Oh, oke Gerda. Tadi 12 kali ya gitu, gacanya nggak bagus. Emang emblem tuh rada susah. 3 pertama dapat dilakukan secara fleksibel tergantung pada kemajuannya. Konversi di hal ketiga dijadwalkan pada malam hari. Disarankan datang lebih awal. Set.
Good. You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced a rigorous and well-structured schedule. You've clearly considered it from every angle. Excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this.
Otakku sudah mumet. Emblem tuh aku pakai kemana-mana sebenarnya mah, tapi nggak oke aja, nggak dicek juga sih. Ya memang nggak semuanya sih, lebih ke si Menawanya. Iya, si Menawa 2 setnya doang sih, 4 setnya nggak ke semuanya. Kalau emblem ya hampir, nggak hampir, cuma beberapa doang. Pokoknya yang main burst aja sih. Ya, yang main burst.
Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before Lady Ningguang wakes up and start preparing based on the schedule. With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully on the auction. It will be quite a complicated affair. I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
Oke. Rutinitas biasa. Jam 7. BTW di mana sih kamarnya tuh? Sebelah sana ya? Oh iya. Pintunya aja segede ini, cok. Mending buang. Kelas. Oke.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be...
Lah.
Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Lah, kok sama dialognya?
That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. Now then, the schedule. Let's see what you have for me today. Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Lua Chiao. Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make sure I'm well prepared for this. No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first time meeting each other. She's paying a high price for my time, and I intend to make sure she gets her money's worth. Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price for lunch, even one at Lioli Pavilion. Wouldn't you say?
Puluhan juta, kelas.
That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for a lunch opportunity with me. To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. I too was rather surprised to see it become so expensive. Time is very valuable to me, so when I first came up with the idea, I made a rule that my time would go to the highest bidder. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business. Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time are business people who believe that whatever they spend now, they will make back several times over in due course. Naturally, for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite experience and expertise. All I can do for them is share whatever insight I may have. As for how much my insight is worth in terms of mora, everyone has their own idea. There is no standardized way to measure something like this. You're a very lucky person, you know. You get to sit in on this lunch for free. In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of mora. There's no need to be nervous, of course. Now, let's have some breakfast before we leave.
Endingnya kemana? Oh, masih sama. Belum bercabang. Sarapan bersama Ningguang di mana? Oh, di itu. Wah, kelas, cok. Bodoh. Gila, cuy. Belum.
Did you organize this entire
Makna boba sword tuh pedang yang keluar dari boba kan? Iya. Maaf batuk. Kok cewek gue yang tanya malah bingung dia? Ya karena dia belum tahu konteksnya itu. Kalau kau udah jelasin ya dia connect. Kau udah jelasin itu apa, Bang? Minum air putih. Udah sih, udah minum air putih. Mana nggak tahu harus minum obat sih.
I know what's going on then. Please sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chambers chef's cooking. This kind of food tastes far less satisfying if left out for too long. What do you think? Is the food to your liking? Oh, don't forget we have a lunch later. Save some space, or you might miss out on some even better food. Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary tastes. On occasion, usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. There is an awful lot to get done most of the time.
Hari oke bro, cepat sembuh ya bang. Yo makasih.
My surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had
Sebenarnya
cooked
mah
all yourself.
baik-baik aja, cuman nggak tahu. Tenggorokan rada gatal. Itu aja sih.
Relax, I'm just joking.
Jangan lama-lama
But I sure
batuknya nanti
probably made
sakit
arrangements
ya.
yesterday to add a few extra
Nanti
dishes to the
sakit tidak,
breakfast menu.
sakit dada.
You
Ya
willingly
memang
took
sih
this work on, knowing that it would be
sakit parah.
tedious, and you have worked diligently. My secretaries and I are very grateful to you. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation. Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't compromise on it. If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day, you will start to feel fatigued even before you start working. Well, I'm done eating. We should get ready, then head off to Liali Pavilion. I have some preparations to make first. Could you bring my clothes to my room, please? I need a change of mood, and a change of clothes will facilitate that. Who knows? Perhaps you will have a completely different impression of me after I change outfits. I already instructed Longyang to have my outfit ready. You can fetch it from her. Thank you. I'll be in my room.
Kok kasus ya? Tahu nggak bedanya teman sama anjing? Beda spesies? Bagaimana? Nggak tahu.
Hello, how may I help? Ah, yes, of course. Please wait a moment. I'll go and get them. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang.
Nggak ada bedanya.
Yes, this whole room is full of Lady Ningguang's personal items. Not just clothes either. There are all kinds of jewelry and ornaments. Lady Ningguang asked us to
Manusia
rearrange
hanya
this room
lewat
recently. We're currently
anak
right in the middle of
koji.
that, so everything's in a bit of a mess. That's why it took me a little time to find this for you. Anyway, you can take it now. Thanks for coming to pick it up.
Did you get it?
BTW PC Novega bisa dapat berapa ya? PC Novega 7 juta ke atas lah mungkin, nggak tahu deh. Aku ini dapat 9 jutaan.
This is the one. Please, wait for a moment. I believe you've seen this outfit before. It's one of my favorites. I don't think I asked you what you thought of it at the time, though. What do you think? Be honest. Phew. Thank you. I was actually a little nervous. Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident.
Budget, oke, makasih infonya, kagak jadi mikir gua soal beli PC. Ya tergantung spek sih sebenarnya ya bang ya. 7 juta tuh mungkin ya kisaran yang udah lumayan lah ya. Tapi nggak tahu juga. Tapi kalau nggak salah aku ada lihat sih di videonya gadget ini 8 juta udah lumayan sih ya, 8 juta tuh. Cuman masih part PC masih naik-naik gitu. Mungkin sekarang 7 jutaan. Guys, pembimbing gua aduh bahaya nih.
Oh, then it's mere flattery. You pick your moments to wisecrack, don't you? Now I don't know whether to take what you said earlier seriously. I never knew you had such a mischievous side. All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
Pokoknya udah ganti kosnya. Bercabang kah? Oh, masih belum bercabang. Nantilah pas kerja gua pikirin gimana beli PC, fokus ke lain. Iya sih bener. Sebenarnya aku masih sekolah juga sih. Cuman ya gitu deh. Tapi untungnya ya aku ngambil jurusan itu pemrograman ya, kepake juga nih PC jadinya. Cuman ya untuk ntar PKL butuh laptop, soalnya nggak ada yang tahu entah itu kerjanya di rumah atau kerjanya di lapangan. Itu aku lah kak, masih SMK kok.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Masih SMK.
No, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day. I'm very grateful for any amount of time you can spare from me.
Great. Well, let's leave the formalities aside from now on and make this just a friendly chat. This is the Traveler. I'm assuming you've heard of him. He happened to be in Liyue Harbor today, so I invited him to come along. It's a rare opportunity to dine with him, too. Do you mind if he sits with us?
Atau bisa dibilang kelas 1.
Oh, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored.
Muda kan?
What a surprise
Masih muda
to be
kan?
dining with the illustrious Traveler, too. I've always been fascinated by you and your adventures. There's so many questions I'd love to ask you.
Anjir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. Look at me, getting all overexcited. I'm Laoqiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business, but recently I've been considering branching out into some other markets. That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice about.
Ntar paling bulan November.
I didn't know there'd be a surprise guest involved too. So, the rumors are true then?
Rumors? About what exactly?
You know, the rumors about the two of you, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler, having a
Suara antum udah kayak
closer
om-om
than
banget.
average
Tiga.
relationship.
Apa ya? Entahlah ya. Sebenarnya aku puber, nggak tahu sih. Ada lama juga puber sih. Entahlah. Lebih muda gua Maret 2007 kok. Bentar. Abang kelas 10 juga kok. Atau gimana deh? Atau lebih tua, lebih muda lagi?
Come on,
Yeah,
you must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the
I see.
spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about it. The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the
Gua kagak
prosperity
percaya
we
ya
enjoy
antum masih
today.
kelas 10.
Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue chiefs,
Ya
I
gimana
admire
ya?
him on a personal level too.
Nggak tahu deh cowok.
Yes. Oh, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to
Namanya
have
juga
a second
cowok
interesting
gitu kan.
character in her
Kalau suara
innermost
kayak gini
circle.
masih wajar gitu kan, puber, cuman nggak tahu umurnya gitu kan. Pas
You're
dikiranya udah
comparing
tua.
apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact, the timing is always so suspiciously coincidental, I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean the luminescent spine business? I hear that's been all the rage recently.
No, something else. All the talk about luminescent spines is just empty hype.
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of luminescent spines to
Puber tuh
make it
balikan,
work?
iya. Puber
If it
kembali.
were really that profitable,
Bisa dibilang kayak
those in the
gitu.
know would have kept it as quiet as possible.
Biasanya dibilang
You
tuh
have to wonder if the news
apa
is
ya?
spreading like wildfire. Who's fanning the flames?
Perpindahan.
I had my secretary do some analysis.
Kayaknya
The
perpindahan
current
sih.
price of luminescent spines far
Perpindahan
exceeds
dari
the
anak-anak
profits
ke
that can be
remaja.
made on the
Itu
end product. So I would advise you to be cautious.
kalau nggak salah
I
ya.
see. Well, I was planning to get your opinion on how to get started in that business.
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives, making this a very risky business to enter into in the short term. Long term, it's very difficult to say, but I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment. You worked hard to earn every more you own, and you should be just as careful spending it as you were making it.
You think so too, huh?
Pensus tapi simpen dulu lah, takut brutal. Ini nggak usah sih, nggak usah disimpan, nggak usah disimpan dan nggak usah diucapkan juga itu udah. Pokoknya jadi masalah.
To invest this money into an industry that I'm genuinely interested in getting involved with. Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much we'd get through, but you've answered every question I wanted to ask.
Good. I'm glad I could be of some help.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful business person in Liyue Harbor.
Oh, gua kagak kepikiran mau ke SMK ya biar dapat isi juga. Apa ya? Masalahnya ya memang di awal kayaknya bakal seru, tapi ntar pas PKL pasti rada pusing gitu. Soalnya udah ada yang pernah ngasih gambaran gitu. Tapi kalau emang apa ya, misalkan ngambil jurusannya di bidang komputer ya worth it aja PC itu. Tapi kalau jurusan lain kurang sih itu.
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored? Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? That means you also have a good head on your shoulders and the ability to learn rapidly. If you are in need of Mora, you should absolutely consider doing business.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon.
Mulai dah, cuy.
Right then, lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although, I'm a little concerned about the auction.
Udah, bentar gua login mau cari material. Oke.
Good, then let's do that. There are some slippery characters among the bidders, you see. So, even though my secretaries are very capable and experienced, I still can't help worrying for them a little. Come on, the auction is being held at Eugene Terrace.
Masih berlanjut. Oh, ini bisa kebagi dua. Oke. Wah, lelang cuy, auction. OTW 80 mingguan. Aku awalnya pengen sih Ghosting World tuh dulu banget tuh, bilangnya OP lawan Storm Terror, cuman sekarang enggak deh, nggak tertarik, masih ada yang lebih OP ternyata. by Show. Siapa nih? By Wen.
Lady Ningguang, what brings you here?
I couldn't help but feel a little concerned, so I just came to see how everything is going.
We're about ready and people are starting to arrive. I think we should be able to start on time.
Very good. I think I'll host the auction myself.
Huh? You want to do it yourself?
Yes, just in case anything untoward happens. I can take care of it myself.
Then we'll leave the auction itself to
Betul,
you.
mending
But
Ningguang
we'll
atau
be
anak
sure
Ian
to
tadi.
lend our full support behind the scenes.
Have you attended an auction
Aku
before?
nggak main dua karakter itu. Kalau dulu iya sih Yantai. Cuman nggak tahu sih untuk Mac yang enak mana, nggak tahu. Gameplaynya sama sih. Sampai startnya apa sih? Ya pokoknya itu yang ada batu-batu gitunya tuh. Kumpul chart attack kayak gitu. Cuman mungkin kayaknya damage-nya bakalan lebih gede itu sih. Yantai kalau main Vaporize ya, Vaporize atau Milk. Cuman kalau Ningguang ada kurang sih sebenarnya, tapi nggak tahu juga ya. Aku nggak nge-build udah nggak nge-build lagi. Kalau Minggu emang nggak di-build sih sebenarnya. Kalau di NV sempat di-build buat ya apa ya? Pas aku punya hutau atau sebelum punya hutau ya? Tahu? Aku pakai NV buat DPS Pyro.
Well, would you like to participate this time? You don't have to bid, of course. Just experience the atmosphere. All right then. Feel free to take a look around the venue before it kicks off. Check out the items up for bidding and see if there's anything you might be interested in.
Amati barang-barang ini. Jepit rambut. Tapi tidak yang spesial. Bagus. Alat tulis. Alat tulis buat apa di layar cocok? Kalau fast masih oke lah. Fast masih oke. AFK dulu bang, lagi main Genshin juga. Oke. Siap cuy, santuy. Jam berapa tadi? Jam berapa? 16. Itu besok apa kapan? Oh, hari ini.
It's about time to start. Find yourself somewhere to sit and we'll kick things off. Yes? What is it? That's for you to make a considered judgment on. It's precisely what makes auctions so interesting, don't you think? Until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after, you can keep raising the price. If the bids go beyond what you can accept, then you let someone else take it. Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a fair price, but what it does do is identify the person who values the item the most. Yes, you should look forward to it. The first lot is a teacup from my personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 mora. That's 10,000 mora for the teacup.
20,000.
20.000. 30.000.
50,000.
Ngapain dibeli?
80,000. 80,000 over here.
I'll raise that to 100,000.
120.
All right, 150,000.
Cok cangkir
Anyone else wanna
doang.
keep going now?
150 once?
170.
180,000.
Ginseng. Sultan guys ya. Xiaopei.
180 once? 180 twice? 180. Sold!
It's mine now.
Okay then. Moving straight on to the next lot. You seem to be getting quite into it. What a shame that you didn't manage to go home with anything. Of course it did. That's because I didn't come here to sell my things. I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all these everyday items could fetch such a huge price at auction. Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the buyers? I'm sure they'll give you the answers you're looking for.
Disuruh nanya.
Today wasn't my day. Didn't manage to snag much. There were too many bidders, and they all seemed like experts to me. I guess I'll just have to wait for the next auction. Someday, I'll be the lucky one.
Bang, Ninggong mending 2 Petra, 2 Nobles, atau 2 Petra, 2 Tek aja. Mungkin 2, iya. Mending 2 Petra, 2 Attack sih ya. Tapi nggak tahu juga sih.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, I got the result I wanted. Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be overinflated. I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying a premium for. So how much I make just depends on how many people are even bigger fans of Ningguang than I am.
Huh? You want to know why I paid so much? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Because the previous owner was Lady Ningguang. Sure, the item may look pretty ordinary, but that's probably just because I'm not a connoisseur, so I don't know how to appreciate it. But I figured I'd buy it first, then go get it appraised by an expert. Then I'll be rich.
Serap amat Ningguang gua 209.40. Udah lumayan sih. Kalau misalkan tagnya di atas 1800 itu udah oke. Taren berapa sih tangnya? Tangnya ngasih damage berapa sih? 1 ceritanya sakit sih.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to be...
Well, did you find the answer yet? That's certainly part of it, but every bidder will have noticed that none of these items have a particularly high going rate on the market in and of themselves. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. I wonder, is faith in me really the only factor in their appraisal of the item's value? You'll see shortly. The one who spent the most money will surely be the quickest to realize. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting their blind faith in me, I have a million more effective ways of achieving that than hosting an auction. Every participant in this auction was handpicked by me, based on certain intelligence.
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right with the items from today's auction. As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask. You weren't selling counterfeits today, were you?
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. What motive would anyone have for making copies of things like these? They are simply ordinary items, and there was no coercion or enticement during the auction. Every bid was voluntary.
Because we trusted you! Everyone knows that you love more, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to scamming people.
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless you have evidence to support your outlandish claims, I am legally entitled to sue you for slander. Of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots, or the process, please enlighten me as to where exactly I went wrong.
You... Fine. Yes, technically it was all legitimate. Guess all I can do is take the loss. But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one would dare do business with you after that. I guess what I'm saying is this really in your best interests?
Let me answer that with a question. You claim that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that really the full story?
What do you mean? What else could it be?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the original Jade Chamber collection that has quietly made its way into your hands. When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. I organized a salvage operation, but still there were many items unaccounted for. A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me, and passed through several pairs of hands before finally ending up in yours, and those of your fellow bidders today.
Wait, you mean...
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession of lost property belonging to me. Or, to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves that I am someone to be taken advantage of. So I ask you again, your high bidding price, was it motivated by trust, or was it greed? The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions. If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent in the auction today.
All right, fine. I guess I'll return it. You drive a hard bargain like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now. Please just wait here.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end. Good for him. The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. Determining who has legal ownership would be an extremely long-winded process, with each item being assessed on a case-by-case basis. Even Yenfei says she'd have a difficult time defending my claims. I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing. Least of all, when they'd be looking to make a handsome profit from my misfortune. After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative, so I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense. I just wanted my things back. Hardly an unusual sentiment. At most, a little childish perhaps. Which is another reason why I didn't tell anybody about my plan. What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile? Well, I think it was a combination of the weight and the energy it contains. Its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while the energy within triggered that spectacular explosion. Every piece of the Jade Chamber, from the stone walls and wooden beams down to the smallest ornament, contributed to its total weight. But in the end, they became objects of merchants' greed. It's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it. Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show you what makes it so
Maaf, batuk.
special. The secrets of history shine through in the relics that survive. And this one now has the story of another age to tell.
Oke, berarti harta benda suatu. Oke, satu lagi.
Time to go.
Lady Ning. Sorry to have.
No.
Great. This is the travel. He happened to be. Do you mind if he.
No, not at all. I've always been. Oh, I'm Xiao. That's what I want.
Rumors?
You know. You haven't heard? Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about it. The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the prosperity we enjoy today. Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Qixing, I admire him on a personal level too.
Oh, yes. Well, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second interesting character in her innermost circle. The first one being the captain.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact, the timing is always so suspiciously coincidental, I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean the luminescent spine business? I hear that's been all the
No.
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of...
If it were really that profitable, I had my secretary do some analysis, so I would advise you.
I see.
In my opinion, there are many long-term, it's very difficult to say.
You think so too, huh? Okay, got it. Maybe it'd be a better choice. Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much we'd get through, but you've answered every question I wanted to ask.
Good. I'm glad I could be.
Now I see why you think clearly. You are very knowledgeable.
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored? Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Well then, I suppose I'll have to start looking over my shoulder. Or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon. Right then, lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although, I'm a little concerned about the auction. I wonder how my secretarial trio is getting along. Yes, you're right. Whatever happens, they can handle it. In that case, what's next on the schedule? Okay then. Yes, it's been some time since I last caught up with them. Let's go to Mingxing Jewelry first. I need to pick up something before meeting them.
Oke. Bisa cuy 15 menit.
Hello. I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
Ah, Lady Ningguang. One moment, please. I'll fetch it immediately.
Very good. Don't rush now. Please, handle it with care. Yes and no. You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods. The workers here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when I need something custom made. This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair. The item is quite ordinary. In fact, the cost of the repair was more than the item was ever worth.
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed. Please inspect it and see
Sisir
whether
doang.
you're satisfied with our work.
Mending beli baru sih.
We did everything we could to restore it to its original condition. You'll
Sisir
still see a few
doang.
marks on there, though.
Perlu
This
diperbaiki.
was
Nggak
unavoidable
paham
because of
Cok.
how badly damaged the item was.
That's fine. Thank you for your hard work.
Itu kan ternyata benar-benar barang biasa.
Yes, though it is something very precious to one of my informants. It reminds her of her mother. My informants often provide me with extremely important information. It's only fair that I endeavor to meet any requests they have in return. Trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between me and my informants. It's understandable to think that way, and in the vast majority of cases, you'd be completely right. But things are a little different with these particular informants. Mora doesn't get you very far with this crowd. And this only makes me all the more excited to meet with them. Thank you for the repair, Xingxi. This is a great help.
Oh, don't mention it. It's always a pleasure, Lady Ningguang.
Let's go and meet them.
Karena udah mau jam 9 mungkin aku buat konde dulu. Konde terus kapat kali ya. Kapat ngambil itu dulu, ngambil koin. Informannya di situ. Pilek. Guys, jangan trigger deh. Oke.
Dengan melodi tanpa batas, atur lagu sesukamu di perangkat apapun. Kembalilah ke premium. Ketuk banner untuk mempelajari selengkapnya.
This realm is...
Hazelnut iPhone.
If you ever...
Oh, tanaman. Dua lagi cuy. apa sih? Oke, sip. Closing gimana ya?
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Kita seru udah kelar bang. Udah. Aku udah kelar. Tuh, udah 36. Closing gimana ya? Nazuma deh. Ini lanjut besok aja. Udah lumayan lah sih. Satu ending lagi. Program sekarang oke, 6.500 sekian. Sahabat hewan. Oh ini yang itu ya, yang ngasih makan. Buat friendship tuh. Ini. Oke lah, sekian aja live stream hari ini. Thank you yang udah nonton, thank you yang udah like, yang udah subscribe kalau ada. Kita ketemu lagi di next streaming guys ya. Udah. Ini mute. Saya Nara end stream. Lanjut besok ya guys ya. Ngantuk soalnya. Besok sekolah juga. Selamat malam semuanya.